Hey, hey. So the Lone Ranger, it's such a beautiful analogy of the hero's journey and of going the distance and,
Going it alone.
going it alone and figuring it all out. And there's certainly points in our life that that's important. A lot of times too, they say for men that that's a really important thing for us to do, to find our purpose and find our calling and get there. And I've had that experience.
Except today, I think we see a lot of people struggling the way that life and society has morphed and evolved, that it becomes much harder to do things on your own. It becomes much more of a struggle to do things on your own. And you see a lot of people, maybe you're one of these people or even one of these couples that is always trying to just hold it together. If I can just get to that one more thing, or, let's just, make it work as best as we can for now. And then someday, if then, when I can, all the things.
I think of a lot of the reason why it's no longer okay to go it alone is because we're going it alone all the time. It's one thing to go out on a journey or to go out on a spiritual quest or to do things during the day and get things done. But where do you come back to? Like, the family units are not so much there anymore. The community aspects, people are afraid of community because they've gotten hurt or wounded by it. So we're constantly going it alone. And that gets wearing on our nervous system. It activates our fight or flight mechanisms, and then we're constantly in a state of stress, in a state of all of these pieces.
So what if you didn't have to hold it together, but instead, what if you got to hold it, together?
In community, like the two of us are holding it together. We're not having to hold it together on our own. We're holding it together. And in community, we get to hold it together.
Now, how does this look in relationship? It's, two is exponentially more, has more strength, has more visibility, has more brain power, has more wherewithal, has more heart, has just more capacity. So instead of me trying to hold it together in my own life, I get this beloved here to help me with all the things that maybe I didn't want to hold, or I couldn't really hold it. I couldn't hold myself.
Yeah, one of the things that I say often is that in community and in relationship, 1 and 1 isn't 2, 1 and 1 is 11. And that's how much more power that you have. And if you look at carrying things, picking up a big heavy box by yourself, super heavy, but the two of us, no problem. 4 or 5 people, whoa, we can lift a piano, where you might not be able to do that. So it does compound this whole idea of aloneness. Again, it's got its points and its purpose, but as a collective, not so helpful. We're tribe people. We need to be together. We learn together. We learn by each other. Hopefully, we learn from the mistakes of others, and we learn how to do better things together.
So if you're somebody that it feels like you're out there holding it all, maybe you can lean into friends, family, your community a little bit more, see what it's like to lighten the load a little bit. And if you're a couple holding it all together, maybe it's time to check out a community of couples that can support you in holding this thing called relationship, which has its own nuances, its own growth points, its own tough spots. Maybe we can help you hold it together.